Hello and welcome. You're watching Donbosco Media Network. This is Mona Lisa Rumbai, bringing to you the news and events from Meghalaya. Here are the headlines for today. Cabinet approves amendments to building bylaws and urban mobility policy. Meghalaya Chief Minister advocates international collaboration on climate change at Water Conclave. HYC files complaint regarding harassment of Khasi people in Langpi. And theme song of Monolith Festival resonates in and around Shillong. And now the news in detail. In a significant move towards sustainable urban development, the Meghalaya Cabinet convened on the 9th of February to greenlight crucial initiatives aimed at enhancing the urban landscape of the state. The Cabinet nodded in approval to the amendments to the Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021, aligning them with central government provisions to bolster building safety, land utilization for smaller landowners, and regulating permissible building heights and locations. Furthermore, the Cabinet endorsed the Shillong Urban Mobility Policy 2024, designed to ameliorate mobility infrastructure in the capital city, encompassing facets like public transportation enhancement and the creation of pedestrian-friendly spaces and parking facilities. These measures are pivotal in unlocking access to the Special Assistance on Capital Investment for Urban Area scheme, earmarked with a hefty 15,000 crore allocation by the central government. Meghalaya's proposal of 619 crore has received substantial approval, with approximately 500 crore sanctioned and additional 100 crore anticipated post-implementation of the approved amendments and policies. Additionally, the Cabinet sanctioned the repeal of the Meghalaya Engineering Public Works Department Service Rules 1995, replacing them with the updated the Meghalaya Engineering Public Works Department Service Rules 2024, signifying a stride towards modernized governance practices in the engineering sector.
We had 5 formal items that were discussed and cleared. The first was the draft governor's address for 2024. So that was, of course, shared with the cabinet, and it has been approved. So that was the first item. The second was the ordinance that was done earlier of the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2006. If you recall that we had put an ordinance to it a few months back, that ordinance and others which also follow, but this particular ordinance was taken up today. An ordinance which was already cleared earlier was taken up to be now put in as a format of a bill. So the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2006, that has been formally now approved as a bill which will be taken up in the assembly. The third was that the Meghalaya Engineering Public Works Department Service Rules 1995, that had to be amended because certain changes were there, or many changes rather were there. So instead of amending it, we have come out with fresh rules, and hence we have scrapped the old rules and we have brought in the new rules. Basically, we could have gone with amendment also, but as I said, the amendments, there were so many of them that it would be easier to just simply come up with the fresh set of rules. So today, the Meghalaya Engineering Public Works Department Service Rules 2024 has been approved by the cabinet. The fourth was the approval that was given to some amendments to the Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021 for sustainable urban development in Meghalaya. These amendments are being done in line with certain provisions and certain conditions that has been put in by Government of India, number one, and also to ensure that overall safety of the buildings are there, and also to ensure that the smaller land holdings, there could be more utilization of the land by small land owners, because earlier there were some restrictions in terms of um, the uh, the gap that you had to leave from the front, in the rear, and the sides, and so that has been reduced. And some other amendments have been made, for example, to the height of the buildings that are permissible, and also to the construction of buildings in areas which are 50 degrees and higher slopes. Certain provisions will apply. So those kind of amendments have been made. If you wish, then we can give more details later. And the last was regarding the approval of the Shillong Urban Mobility Policy 2024 was also cleared. Basically, this again is in line with the Government of India, where ensure that the overall mobility in Shillong improves, a policy has to be created, and we have cleared that policy today. And this includes aspects of public transportation, creating more walking space, reducing the congestions, and creating parking spaces, so on and so forth. There are many other provisions. So this policy just gives an outline on how we will approach that, and this was cleared today by the cabinet. But most importantly, I would like to mention that both the amendment to the Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021 and the Shillong Urban Mobility Policy 2024, these amendments and these particular policies have also been adopted with the intention of also ensuring that we are able to avail the special assistant on capital investment for urban areas. As you're aware, that Government of India has earmarked 15,000 crores for as special assistance for capital investment, especially for urban areas. And in that, there are certain guidelines that need to be followed, certain policies need to be created, certain homework to be done. So keeping all of those things in mind, all these things have been done. And I'm happy to inform you that out of the 15,000 crores, we have put in a proposal of 619 crores from Meghalaya's point of view. And we have already received approval for close to 500 crores out of this. And we're expecting another 100 crores to come in after these approvals and these amendments are done. So we are expecting that Meghalaya should receive 597 crores. But even if the 100 crores is still pending, we are expected to get 497, almost 500 crores from the Special Assistant on Capital Investment for Urban in this particular financial year. What is more important to note also is that even larger states like Uttar Pradesh and larger states like Assam also are receiving roughly about 500 crores, which is the same as what Meghalaya is expected to receive. So hence, we have been working very hard, and Urban Affairs Department has worked very hard. And as I said, we are able to get some additional funds for the overall development of Shillong and other urban areas. This is the same fund that will be utilized for things like the riverfront, improvement that we had inaugurated the other day. We had laid the foundation stone the other day. Some parking lots to be created, some walkways to be created. So on and so forth. We have put in a number of proposals for that also. So these were the basic decisions that were taken in the cabinet.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma emphasized the necessity of interstate and international dialogues to tackle climate change and environmental issues effectively. Speaking at the inaugural International Water Conclave in Shillong, Sangma highlighted the transboundary nature of water-related challenges and stressed the importance of collective efforts. He underscored the significance of climate councils at various administrative levels to address the far-reaching impacts of climate change on water resources. Sangma also lauded Meghalaya's proactive stance with its state water policy, facilitating comprehensive water management practices. Proposing technological interventions for data collection and monitoring, he announced plans for a data innovation center. The conclave, attended by delegates from several countries, aims to foster collaboration and share best practices for water conservation and sustainable resource management. As part of the event, the Shillong Declaration will be endorsed to promote exchange of expertise and models for water body conservation.
In the next 10 to 15 years, if necessary steps are not taken today, we'll be facing much more larger scale of problem, and more importantly, maybe too late for us to then start the work to mitigate those particular problems that we have. And hence, this particular water conclave. And this water policy actually is a holistic approach to everything from drinking water to the reservoirs, to catchment area protection, to the spring rejuvenation, to overall proper management of water, so on and so forth. And this particular water policy is in fact what has been driving us and guiding us to address many issues when it comes to water related issues. That we have 6,800 plus villages in our state, and today we have a water committee in every village, and therefore whenever the water issues are coming up, we ensure that these committees take up this issue, work with the state government, work with the district and the block officials, work with the departments, and then come up with a holistic approach so that it's sustainable also in nature at the grassroots level. And that has been, as I said, one of the more important decisions that the state government took. And today, as I said, we have a very effective water policy that has been implemented at the grassroots level. We have a huge issue, madam, with our rivers. And as you're aware, the Umshirpi and the Wamukra are definitely one of the streams and rivers that need special attention. And I'm happy to share with you that we have been in constant touch with your ministry to find solutions to this. I have personally taken up the matter with our Honourable Minister, and he has assured us of full support. And he has asked us to relook into the entire proposal, which we are doing as we speak. And hopefully in about a couple of months' time, we should be going back to you to ask you to support us in rejuvenating some of the more critical rivers and streams in Shillong city as well as in other parts of the state. As you know, most of the water connections in the city have been there for the last 20 years, 30 years, even as long as 40, 45 years. And hence, the entire network, the pipes, the entire infrastructure needs to be revamped completely. And hence, a huge financial burden, of course, will be there. And we know that we cannot do it in one go, but it is a very, very important issue. We also have issues because of multiple other factors in terms of our different activities related with mining and other economic activities which we are aware of, and hence we are working in a manner where we can have a balance between the economic livelihood of the people as well as the sustainability of the environment and of the streams and the rivers. And striking this balance sometimes is one of the most difficult things that any government and economy has to do, as livelihood is also important, but obviously our streams, waters and our forest also is equally important. And therefore, with these challenges in mind, with these issues that we have, we are moving forward. We realize that we cannot change everything in a day. Everything is a process. But what I'd like to share with all of you is that Meghalaya has really taken this very seriously, and many things have happened in the past. Many more things need to be done in the future, and hence this conclave is of great importance to us and to the region, so that we can collaborate our efforts together, we can synergize our efforts together, so that we're able to achieve a larger goal and larger outcome.
Members and leaders of the HYC Rimulyang Circle, accompanied by the HYC West Khasi Hills District Leader, filed a complaint with the ADC of West Khasi Hills on February 9th. The grievance addressed the ongoing disturbance faced by Khasi residents in Langpi from individuals claiming to be Assam police. Wanyang, addressing the media, highlighted incidents of harassment during trips to Assam markets, where vehicles transporting goods are routinely stopped and extorted. The HYC urged the police department to investigate and appeal to the West Khasi Hills DC and SP to engage with their counterparts in Khubor, Assam to prevent further misconduct.
Yang jungi ke HOC Rimliang Circle harengkat ke HOC West Khasi District hari jengnya don lang jong organisasi sekretari jong ke district ke hadin bakal ami ka kenrum kenram abaya day bat kaya kayang hang teh hapo langpi area nak liang juga jongi ke HOC ni pha da jing tho ha deputy commissioner ba untuk larlem halor ke jingyai pendik jong kine ke polis jong Assam ya kaya kayang jong beri jongi ante jaka khamtam ki bakit baba ki mata ing ba kate ka surop kamphaduli langpi ta hadin bangi la sayo sngo la bun tili kisnam ba kite ki polis jong ka Assam ki shadle be kini ki kam ban punwit ki bayaj bayang bakit ki mata la ki dei kali ba hersha sayo ban ledi ki mar kum kising ba ki we la ki dei kali ki bawan kalur bawan ki de ki mata la ki dei ki marying ki marsam kum ta terter na kali jong ki polis jong ka Assam ki sat punwit da ka ba ki ai daw kum ni kum tai da ka ba ki pan pisa ki don ki kali la ngambah kala hakini kisnam ki balai ki kali ki bakit ki marying kum ki siap ki ma kum ta terter ki kam ki register ki si ki kali ki haban siu haduk ki kuna ki bakot si ki san phone ru jar kani ka penlong ngi kum ka seng ba ka pen isat mat abang i Peit ban yo sngo kum kini ki ki ba kini ki polis jong Assam ki sai sim kabu badala jong ka khmat badala jong ki skor ba dang menin hakan riu tarik na kaliang ka jongi ngi dang wan na yo jong ka Assam ban thi de ki mar ki mata ban ki kini polis jong ka Assam kila abat kila talasi ke kali jongi ha pedang ke jingbu ai tanglang jong ki penon kam de ki briu ki badai nang tu na snong kaptam tu ki briu kini pali ban be ki kali jongi rei na kaliang ke jongi wala kataru ngi yang ban ngi mi thu ba ki de polis na ki wan klem ko uniform bat klem ki kali reason number ke badai na ka polis department jong Assam jadi halar kata kanongrim bangi kala don ke jingi pen ibor ba ke jingya jingyania sipor bar hadin kata ban kaliang jong polis jong Assam ulas dang ban pen i da ka ba kamting ula se da ru da kitiar ki ban kendang yengi ketika sngi reina kaliang ke jongi klem da salia kala don ke jingyania ban ngalalai phat hakata ka menta bat hadin kata ula ra no kali jong asa thanat Assam te tangkom tang ngalej ban ujor IC jong kalang pi idikam jong Meghalaya ban kaliang jong IC ngai khuble bula simphia ketika kam bula lej ban penbej ban klem kano ka daw klem kino ki ai nomor bangi ki dia kamar ka bade kamar bam bangi wan siu an tadana yo Assam berulah pelaj halor ka jing ya keren jong IC jong ka Meghalaya tedai halor ka ni ka benta bangi ngila yo sngo depan ngila yo i ba kini ki polis jong Assam kilek daga ne ka juk ka lenti ban thawi ka jing kelumar nomor bangi ngina ap khmi lenti ba hadu enda kila deban ya penbej ya kani ka wat ka baar te henry kani ka jingle jong kini polis jong Assam ka penlong penban ba ngingin ya long so pedung nomor ka jing penon kam jong ki da kini ki briu lokal nang tu nasional kamtam kini pali ki ban pendik ini ki briu jong ki bayaj bayang tu ka jaka tengi na kaliang jong ngi kerpat ya ka district administration kepada ka police department bakin simkiala bakin tuklar bakin keren ya deputy commissioner jong ka Assam barkum juru SP jong ka Assam bakin kinla kini polis jong kene kalampi aku sangtai kenang bakan wanra ya kajing ya song suk song san kajing long senganyi ki parada prasnam jongi ki besong masa tu hajaka khamtam ba lada ki yaile shele yakini ki jaka na kaliang jongi kum kasang rungin sim na ka we kalenti ba na kaliang jongi ro ni keren na ka basai ba kini pali kimla ban im tang hitu lumpung ibarit jongki ki habya yang lingba uput usam lingba kisnong ki thau ki jongi lada maki ki yaile ki briu jongi ngiru ngimban se bangi habla lang ki andai na kaliang jongi warla kataru ngimko ban pen i da kanu ka jing thau gi jing klumar ring chukurpat ki bor wa de khmi jong district khamtam ka police department baki ne pen bai kham kloi gane ka kam but warla kataru ngin safa da ka jing tho ban ujor persya ya kini ki police ki ba smart ban le duty claim uniform but ha ka jing bu ai tanglang jong ki sha u OC.
The Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council KHADC in collaboration with the Tourism Department is set to host the Monolith festival from February 22nd to 24th, 2024 at Laukantang Mauplang Heritage Village. Deputy CEM PNCM unveiled the festival's theme song on February 9th across various locations in Shillong. Addressing the media, CEM emphasized the festival's objective to celebrate and showcase the cultural, linguistic, musical and culinary richness of the region. The event aims to provide a platform for preserving and promoting the diverse heritage of the area, fostering community pride and tourism.
Media campaign vehicle nak kebentangan dekat Marine Festival boleh sebut di Baro Association but lesen nang ni syakmat adin bang apply ke dekat media campaign vehicles nak kebentangan Marine Festival iyo bandrung man lagi kapsor agi jaka ban perta sekipai ba nang sosnong Baro baga Marine Festival jungi kan sedang hak arpu atrik jong ni benai bagan berkut hak benai hak nuju benai hak asal trik bagi Shillong itu sebentalang Baro nanti akan juga berkeneka Marine Festival dan bangsa sanction. Ini kapor dan pelaj ba ya keneka media campaign vehicles Marine Festival arajar arpusau. Bat tempat do ba kentamnya kejingtam kabangin saperta aman lagi Shillong ya ke Marine Festival ajar arpusau bersibol. Aku bersibol sebentar Mulai festival jungi keba Indonesia nama ajar arpusau. Kami opor ngelayo ya keban live ya ga kali nak bentar ka media campaign keban harum tagaski ngelayo ban sedang nak bentar ban ya fu pai ba hagi Shillong baper lembaga media campaign behel tu jungi nak bentar ni ka Marine Festival. Nasai pisu tu hi baga dia festival kan compare kan jat ngelayo ya keban le abha ya ga heritage village daga jitrelang bat ka tourism department. Baru ki ying jong ki himang ila ayo ban penbaha nang tawa ki entrance mila company tanat susu bat ka green room ru ngila adap ka museum ru ngila adap aga ba in showcase ki tiar tenrai ki jongi lengba ka nika museum ka bangin sudap tenga kumar ongi pi kan nika compare shibun bat ngila shnaru ka wi ka jing pertashnong ka bangin sapa haki rangba shnong ba per jongi shnong nang ba haki tenghong ki jongki kin pen berapa iba ya kan ya lempung jongi new trap ka bang tip kum ka Marine Festival but ya kan ya se ki Shillong le se ki sapa officially shiki bakin ai ka jing pertapa iba haman laki dong ki kan toy nang ba ha ka apply trik jong new nai baro ki pa iba ki mi bani simbenta but kan kan compare sibun menta indon bun ki items pada ka jing ka shirt karwai ka siau ke Bamton Rai, ya khadru ya ki katu kanina Garehils, bakin yo ban ya ki traditional jongki, bakum juru ya ki food items ki jongki. Kum juru ya ka janji health council, ya khad lang ya ki ru bakin yo ban abu hagi stol ki jongki, ya ki ding long tenrai jongki ki mar tenrai ki jongki. Haga inauguration ni community ba Deputy Chief Minister ba President Tensong in one ban pli ya ka haga arpo artarik haka por khat arbaji bad haka last day Chief Minister si kondat ki sangma iyo ban penkot ya ka festival haka arpo artarik bad iba pol leng doru kumbu sembut kongsan haka ski penkot indon dengkat tingi ngai skam bagani ka festival itu ngina organize hapdeng ka hima bad ka tourism department kan long ka bachok tingi kerba di firu ki perlok ki media ban pathai lami Khuborjylla keleng kenang ba pai ba kintip ban ban ka festival teng idon ruang ni ba Alan Wells idon ni ba Desmond di bala juya simbenta ka festival idon kini ki IM jungiru kongres wi balon ka festival ka ba mensua di ki IM jungi la singla ban perken maul ko iba
Roy Kupar Sunram, leader of the Neutrab Youth Council HYC, recently engaged in discussions with the director of NEGRIMS regarding prolonged vacancies in the hospital since 2022. Sindram urged the director to halt the ongoing NORCET exam, which has halted nurse appointments. Instead, he advocated for recruiting nurses from Meghalaya to cater to the predominantly local patient population, emphasizing the importance of language comprehension.
Jongi kum kino elam mata sengingi layo bani kendu ya director jong negrim sarangkat bat kiwe ki nong penyat jong ka hospital adin ka jinga kran ba ya ka jinga tai sanibha lor ki jingdawa ki bana kalyang jong sengi labu kemasutanat kalong ba ki isu ya ka bana kalyang jong sengi labu akhmat jong director mata sengi kila don kat tu kan itali ya ki bangila ngilayala ban penget yu kidon pat ru ar lai teli ki ba o nakaliang ka jong umla ngi hapat ban ya budien bat kiwi pat kibor ki bahajrong kawai na kijing dawa jong kaseng ka ba ngilala manta singi ban pun sngo akmat jong ni bat ban bu ka jing dawa ka long ba kuma pitep akini ki banai bekisnam ki beladap ka negrims kala ale ya ka examination na ka banta bantung ya ki nursing officer lengba ka norset ba ka jing dawa jong kaseng ka long ba ka negrims ka de ban sange shua ya kani ka jingle exam lan ban thungkam ya kani ka yakina sang ne po negrims lembar ka norset namar kani ka beladap mana kani ka lawan ra jingdu nong shibun ya khamtam ki khun samla jong ka jat menri ka jongi kumangi lalap nang ki arspa arpuar teli ki post ya ka ba negrims kala thap ban thungkum ki te nursing officer arspa iwengut ki de ki senrang bat arpu ingut ki de ki kentai bat na kita ki kentai khat saungut ki ki badai na kanika jala ka jongi te halor katang ila ong u ba sisendon udai ban pensange ya kani exam norset namar kani kan wan ra ka jingdu nong bat menta ka singi so tanat ban ong fi ba u director jong kan grams ulanget bat ban pensange ya ka exam norset lane ban le kanu jing thongkam nursing officer kat bom patla ban penbet ya kani ka jing bakla te kata ka dei ka we ya ka bangi lala ban penget yu bat ka baar ka bangi ngilabu akhmat jong ka negrims abai dei ba ka jing thongkam nurse ngilap ba kumang ong yapi na ki arspa arpuar ngut ki nurse ki balawan ra hang ne po negrims lembak ne exam norset kumba arspa we ngut ki de ki senrang ti kum ka jat menriu lane kum ki kpa ki kmi ki kpa ki bahaying hasem ngim sultanat bada ki nurse senrang kinwan hang ne ban sumari ki bahaying hasem ge jongi ngilakren ye uda ka basai ba balai ka negrims kale kumni ban wanra de kita ki breu bat kai ka balapan pa no kaleng jong u kalong namar bi ki simbenta ka norset ki hab ban pediang ya kai ka ban kaleng jong ka norset ki pha lani kita ki bor ki pha ban ngila ong u ba ka negrims ka de ban apply ya kata ka praupo arpo persen lani kumbale ka ims ki ims hapor india ki don kata ka policy bang praupo la arpo kumut ba praupo persen ki de bandai ki kentai bat arpo persen ki de ki senrang tenre namar ba ka negrims ka khlemle ya kata ka policy kai ka balalong ba ka belajar ka long ba kini ki senrang da ki baki ems ki kedam yang syu ki la syuan ban bread hang ni po negrims ting nakata kadang ila ong yo director jo ka negrims ba udai ban syem ya kani ba ulah kula rahmat jongi bun syem ya kani kat bom patla ban penbet ya kani ka prapu la arpu persen ba de prapu ki kentei bat arpu ki senrang ka negrims kanom le recruitment nam taginas bat kanom le bat kabar ka ba e bula ong ru ba ka negrims nang ni syakmat kan sa syemru ya ka jingki kli ban tho sa ka ministry baki nomle syu ya ka recruitment nam ta kinos lengba ka norset komot bakin sele de kiwei pat ki jai exam te kata ka de jing dwa ka ba khmat nak leng jo ka seng ya ka bangi lala ban pengen ya director menta si ba kata ka long ba ka negrims kam de ba ka de ban pensange shipor lani shipor kat bom pala ban penbet ya ka jing thongkam nurses lengba ka norset kabaar ka jing dwa jong
The Lauba Circle of the Khasi Students Union KSU on February 9th called upon the Public Works Department PWD and the government to address the deteriorating condition of the Nongtrai Lauba road aimed at elevating commuter woes. The PWD attributed the road's degradation to heavy rainfall during the monsoon season. Despite initial efforts, only 5 out of 6 kilometers have been repaired since 2021, leaving a crucial 1 kilometer stretch unattended. The KSU leaders emphasized the urgency of the matter, urging swift action from the department to complete the pending repairs initially budgeted at 5.42 rupees.
Hadirin kajing snow ya ka chi ujinam jongki patba ang shnong patay kathan khamtabe ki ang shnong jong shnong Nongtrai habia dei bekan surok na ba daw jong ka jing pun sateng bat ha ka jing ijungi ikumbakan sa jarangai hagaban pendap ya kan surok baki trei nadu na Nongtrai Khuborjylla di kumbansya tu ipi mentah kan surok nadu kila ai ka final work order harus na marjar fuai hadu mentah kakam kala ada berapa persen tika cing jerong jangan surok kalau kumbah 100 kilometer tementah ada kumbah 1 kilometer ada ban feeling mau ban siang rong ada terus tangita bentar ibal ko ada kan pendek mereka nakalian cuma di tempat pendek jadi mana itu rupi ni ya kan ka surok la be tingkah daka SPBS bat lapet daka PBD mau surang division kali ka surok ka jemi juga ni surok di hawat ka jemi kalong nadu Khubor menshua hakaba kanong try kasunong try ka dan hapo ka Shillong constituency nadu Khubor jong ili dan Khubor di hadirin ba lai khongrang bat klem pendap kami SPB ban shna ya kan surok ban siang mau ke kamram jongka ban siang ram te kajing kwa juga SPB ban shna ya kan surok kalong ba FTP kajing mi jong SPB de nakadaw jongka ka case kepada napo Supreme Court hakaba ka Supreme Court kala thau gana SPB ban develop di area kepada marjan berkalafaj te ka shnom try de ka shnom kaba kalafaj kadan te na bantaban pensuk yakinong rat ki balai bawan na ka surok kabala dan lupa surok borda ka bajngai ba arpo santimeter ye te kisnano daga ne surok shortcut kan kaban penyaso nanong try shashila buat syaki beri ki kendo jong kasnong try tiki paipa nong rap nong shosnong try kisuk kan mandap kan ekstro dan rei mentah aduk mentah mene iba kani ka department of PD ka I khongrang I kumba kan sa cara no tanah kata kadau na kalian jumi ani wan monong ba nin pa kana kro shaka PD department sha minister in charge makum juro haki how MLA would MC yang ada kata ni jami begitu balik ino tang na benta ki nakabenta jong ki nong tra nek surok fi ka kadan kacing mento sibun kumbani amma bakjing baka surok kada bulum jong karai kapar ni bakane surok ka kaya connect bat ki yo ki hat kumbalong hadut mentamane nimju le yo shila kini ki thang jongi kumna mau sunra chalau ba kinju le yo shila marble kumda surok ndai la takane ko surok kan yang ane surok fuldi kan pendam no mut kini ki shnong marjan boro ki yo melial yo abanyal yo hat ki yo hat di bacan tika jing mento sobaro ki paiba ki bo late bawan hamtame di baterai po company tradisional nasional trai kila chan kim kam shu ban sa asti ya la ban le ban nasional nomor ka de kesurok ka bacan ha iki.
So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.